So hello, I want to give you an up-to-date idea of what's going on with the rainbow people that I'm putting the Dinker signs on, made out of polymer clay. Check the other, check out the other parts if you want to see the rest. So I want to show you what we're going to do today. We're going to put rhinestones on them. So I don't know if you can see me really well, but these are the rhinestones I'm going to be using today. I recently purchased them. And today I'm going to do something different with applying the rhinestones. I'm going to use this product called E6000. I use it a couple of times, but I usually use Mod Podge. But I think this will be easier to apply because there's you can just squeeze it onto the spots that you need to apply the rhinestones onto. So that's what we're going to do. This is supposed to be a very strong bonding agent, especially for jewelry and things like that. So, as you know, let me give you an update on what those look like. Remember these? Here's this one. Both sides are painted with the patience symbol, a Dinker symbol. Let me not hide the legs too. See? That's that one, the psychedelic looking one with the mixed colors of yellow and pink. This one right here is a purple one. Let's see, this over here. Here's the purple one. So here is the blue one. Design on both sides. Like I said, you can use any kind of design you want. And here's the pink guy that I still need to glue the arm onto. There he is, right there. I'm going to glue his arm on after I do all the others with rhinestones on him. And then here's the little guy. See this guy? So yeah, this is quite a process to do, but it's worth the work and effort because you come out with something really beautiful. So let's get started. So let's see. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put rhinestones around the image. So the first image is on this blue guy on the face. I'm going to use, which color should I use on there to make it pop? Something keeps telling me gold because of the mustard color in there. I'm going to start with some gold is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is apply the E6000 on there with the, just straight onto the surface. So I'm going to want to put it around the image, the design. So let's do this. Maybe help if is it coming out? Oh goodness, it's not coming out. It's almost like it's stuck. Is this a defective E6000 bottle? Why is it not coming out? Because yesterday I opened it up with this little thing attachment that they had. Oh, there it is. This little pointy thing. I thought I poked it good. It's supposed to open it up. And I thought I already opened it up. I guess not. Alright. One more step. Open up the tube of E6000. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to apply it onto here, onto the surface around the design. So I don't know if I can do that well. Here we go. It's supposed to come out clear. And it's not even coming out at all. It's almost like it's dried or something. This might be old EE6000. Hold on, I'll be right back, and I'm gonna get some Mod Podge because for some reason this is not working. It's new too. It's a new bottle of it, and nothing's coming out. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. So what I decided to do is just grab the Mod Podge. I buy Mod Podge in a gallon size. When you get in a gallon size and you do a lot of art, it comes in handy. If you get a little tiny bottle, it doesn't really last that long for what I like to do. So you can get this in a large size. I got it off of Amazon. You can get it at craft stores as well. So yeah, it's a really good bonding agent is what it is, especially for doing projects like these. So basically what I'm going to do, if I can find the toothpick, okay. I poured a little bit of that Mod Podge into this little lid. I'm always using recycling things. So this lid is perfect for applying the Mod Podge onto the surface. So what I'm going to do is dot around the image, this design, so I'll know exactly where I want to put my rhinestones. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Come up closer to the camera. So say I want it to be around this design here on the front of the face. You're just gonna like dot it. And these dots on here will indicate where you're gonna put your rhinestones. It's that simple. So as you can see, this project is simple yet kind of hard because you gotta have patience. So you gotta have patience to do art, really. And having patience, well, art teaches you how to have patience, I think. So anyway, you get the idea of what I'm doing with this guy here. And like I said, I'm going to attach gold rhinestones on there. So, do that. I hope you guys are having a good day. Everybody who's watching is having a good day. Especially Lady of Fire Poetry. I posted the first part of this tutorial so you can catch that. If you want to be a patron on my Patreon, you can just go to my Patreon, and I'll leave the link in the description below. And what you can do is just become a patron. Means that you could like pay once a month for a series of tutorials that I'll do, or you can pay for like a tutorial for a month, and also I give away a free gift. So Lady of Fire Poetry is going to get one of these really nifty Adinkra Rainbow People keychains. So yeah. So now I've got the Mod Podge all where it needs to be, so I'll know where to put my rhinestones. So I'm gonna find the golden rhinestones. So my approach to doing this, it may not be the best, but this is just my approach. I have these rhinestones in this container, right, where it's all separated by color. So what I do is I have a little bit of Mod Podge on the end of my toothpick. I put my Mod Podge toothpick into the rhinestones, and look how it comes up off of the surface like that, onto the toothpick, and then place it onto the actual figure here. So I'm going to do it here. There. It's kind of tricky sometimes, but don't worry. And remember, it looks all sloppy right here and all that, but once it dries clear. Mod Podge dries clear, so you don't have to worry. See what I mean? And once this dries, you'll see exactly what I mean. So that's what I'm going to do on all these little figures. So let's do that. So I'll do one figure, and then show you how it looks. The kind of the most challenging part is keeping the rhinestones on, but it's the most effective system I found. Swim out in nature again, and I like to create art in nature. I've been liking using the rhinestones because it really makes the images, the designs you draw on these objects pop. I've done other charms like this, but not necessarily for a keychain, and they are so much fun. The charms I did were to go onto a necklace, like I've done a mushroom, a goddess figure. So yeah, you can do any kind of figures you want with Mod Podge. I think I actually got a red one on there. I don't want that yet. But yeah, you can do anything you want with your designs on these little people. You could make it even more sculptural if you wanted to, with like eyes, nose, mouth, and face. But I'm just keeping it simple. Yeah, I was saying that they look kind of alien-like, so in the description or the title of the tutorial, it'll say Alien Rainbow People. So yeah, sounds like people are waking up out here. Morning is a great time for me to do art. So that's what it looks like so far with the rhinestones around the head. See that? Get them closer so you can see them. And now I'm gonna do his chest area. Just kind of outline it like I did with the head. Pretty simple. It's not to see the figure get more adorned and it starts to pop out the images. I mean, the design starts to pop out. So, yeah. I was talking about color therapy, and when I'm choosing out the colors for the clay, I even do that. Go by feel, how I feel, and the colors that I thought that people could relate to for this tutorial. So that's what happens when I pick out the colors. The yellow gold on here is very vibrant. Gold can be a very warm and comforting color, or it can be a bold and exciting color, which is kind of turning out like that on this figure so far. Look at that. So yeah, I'd have to say the most challenging part will be to put on the chain and the jump rings, because just getting that adjusted. But even that's going to be okay. You got to start off somewhere. Mark gets really elaborate has gotten really elaborate over time. So peaceful out here, oh my god. So yeah, this is coming along. This is really, the rhinestones are really adding a lot to this figure, this rainbow person. So we're calling it a rainbow person. We got to put more than gold on it. So there we go. We'll keep it simple for the tutorial, because if we don't, this tutorial will go on for months. So that's what he looks like right there. I'm going to let him dry. You always want to let the rhinestones dry really well. After the rhinestones dry on there, you want to come back in there with a coating of Mod Podge. Now use a paintbrush to paint over the rhinestones and the actual body. So let's let this dry and work on the next one. So here's the purple one, purple rainbow person, rainbow alien guy. What I'm gonna do is the same thing, but I'm thinking I might use a different color, maybe slightly different, but I'm not sure. Some things tell me to just use the gold, but I feel, and then another thing's telling me to use the red. So I'm gonna use the red. It's an intuition thing. So what I'm gonna do is put the rhinestones around the head part, around the heart symbol, around the symbol for patience. That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing the same technique that I did with the other one by placing, I'm going to place the rhinestones around the design. So yeah, and I'm putting just little dots of Mod Podge on there, see, so that you know exactly where you can place your rhinestones. So, I mean, exact. It's not, well, it's not going to be exact, but you get what I'm saying. Just dot it out. You don't need to put Mod Podge on the entire head, then you won't. It kind of helps you to see where the rhinestones are going. Because if you just put a whole sea of Mod Podge on there, you can't see what's going on. Sea of C's. So there we go. There's a lot of people that enjoy creating art because they find it very therapeutic. I'm one of those people. um, Life can have so many stresses thrown at you, but it's what you do with those stresses and how you process them that determines whether or not, you maintain your health. And I find that art is like the best thing to help me maintain my health and my sanity, physical health and emotional health. There's so many people that have gone through so many traumatic things in their life and they don't know how to process these things. And a lot of times they'll go to a psychologist or something, and the psychologist will just treat them by giving them pharmaceuticals. So a lot of times it's just better. I'm not saying not to listen to your doctor. I'm just saying a lot of times it's better to go with your instincts. And sometimes something as simple as sitting down outside and creating something colorful can help bring you out a funky mood. So that's how that looks right now. So now I knew the rhinestones would just really make it pop. So now I'm going to put the rhinestones around the design that's in the center of the chest. So. But yeah, there's a lot of people healing from traumatic events, and sometimes it takes a long time for people to heal, depending on what kind of environment they're in. If they're not in a healthy environment, if they're in an environment where they feel like they're not loved or cared for, that can halt the healing process, I believe. So it's important to do things that make you feel happy, and bring joy to your life. And art can also help you figure out things for your life, help you to brainstorm things that you are like very confused about, life's dilemmas. Sometimes people will be well-meaning and just tell you, oh, you're okay, just get over it. But a lot of times people don't know what's going on inside of someone, so you can't really just assume that that person is just making mountains out of molehills. So yeah, I do wish people would take time out and really honor themselves for where they've come so far. And look at how these guys come so far. It's pretty cool. Trying to get them close enough to the camera so you can see them good. Okay. But yeah, people have come so far in their life's adventure here on Earth, and they don't give themselves a pat on the back for all the hard work that they do, because they have so many people telling them they're not doing enough. So yeah, it's hard for people to feel encouraged. That's why I like doing these tutorials, these videos that I do on both of my channels. I actually have 3 channels altogether now. But actually the other channel is about healing with color. Whether it be makeup, whether it be clothing, whether it be the art you're working on. That's what I want to do with that channel, is just healing with color. So I got his belly done. I think I might want to wait on the legs and the arms so the belly and the head dries. Sometimes when you go off and do too much applying of the Mod Podge and rhinestones all over the surface, it may like fall, if you're not careful, you might touch it and it falls off. So I just try to do half of it in the middle first and let that dry, and then do the arms and legs afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do with this little guy. Put him to the side and let him dry. So next is this pink guy. So before I put the rhinestones on him, I'm going to just glue his arm on. And I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. It's kind of delicate type of thing, and I've repaired things like this all the time. So I'm probably going to need to get a new toaster oven, because that one's pretty old. It's burning really hot, but I can still use it just as long as I don't use it indoors and put it on really low. So here's the Mod Podge again, and I'm going to apply it onto this surface right here where the broken part is, where it broke off, I mean. So I'm just going to put a big chunk of it on there, actually. See that? A big amount of it. So, And so I gotta figure out which way this arm goes. Does it go this way? Oh, perfect. It goes this way. See, like, oh shoot. It's alright, it fell down. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be really delicate and careful. It's like there's the arm on there. And now I've got to sit it on a surface so that it'll dry before I can move on with putting the rhinestones on this guy here. So I'm gonna put him over to the side, let him dry, and try to keep him out of the way. So it'll dry. It probably will take a day to dry. So this is quite a project. So and it's a fun project. Like I said, it's something that you can do with your family. You can do at a party, like have an art party, and do something like this, and have everybody bring their own clay, and maybe if you want, bring extra paints so people can have some. I always thought that would be fun to have an art party. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other figures. With this one, I'm going to do the rhinestones around the head first, and then do the rhinestones around the chest. So yeah, that's probably all I'll do today for this tutorial. Yesterday I was really ambitious and really excited and exuberant about getting a patron. Just launching my Patreon for the first time. So I was really excited. I thought I was going to do the tutorial in one day. There's no way. This kind of art takes a long time. Well, not a long time, but it takes some time and care. So I can't just rush through it. Okay, now you see that we've got it all outlined where we're going to put the rhinestones on the head. Okay, so let me do that now. Because this figure, this psychedelic rainbow person, alien person, is already like pink and yellow, like bright colors, I think I want to go in with, what color should I do? Something that matches with it to me. Something is telling me green, but I'm not sure. Or red. You know what? I'm gonna do green and red. So here we go. So I'm gonna do a green one. See it on there? There's a green one on there. And the next one I'm gonna do red. So sometimes I will mix the rhinestone colors to add some sort of design to it. So that's what I'm doing. So I like to do pattern and symmetry within my artwork. I notice that to me it looks more harmonious, like the images are balanced. So not that there's anything wrong with making them not balanced, but you can kind of tell when you look at the design that it's not balanced as far as color and design. So we go. We've got one more rhinestone, and I'll show you how it looks. Here we go. Okay, so look at that. That does look cool. When it dries, it's going to look really cool. And you can add as many rhinestones as you want. Don't add rhinestones. You can even use, I don't know, found objects even. Screws, nuts and bolts, whatever. Just get creative with it, you know. So I'm going to put the rhinestones around the image of the symbol for patience, which is the heart symbol. And these are all Adinkra symbols, remember. Adinkra symbols are these African symbols, somewhat akin to the Celtic tradition, how they have the runic symbols. And just about every culture has these type of symbols. It's kind of universal, but the signs are different, but the meanings are the same. So there we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the same thing for this, as far as how I did on the head, how I did green and red rhinestones on the head. I'm gonna do the same thing on the chest area as well. So yeah. So after I do all the rhinestones on these guys, what I'll do is I'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you how it looks all dried, and we'll do the other side. So here we go, red. So far, so good. You could even make this, if you have like a blank, just one solid color, and you want it to design your rainbow person to have, you know, more than one color in the body, but you only have one color of paint, one color of clay, you can use some paint and paint designs on it. So, that's the way around that. Yeah. I feel like the rhinestones really makes it pop. Makes the design pop like I told you it was going to in the beginning. Makes it pop. You don't have to put rhinestones on yours. You can keep it simple if you want, but what I really suggest you do after you finish your little rainbow alien person, you want to make sure you Mod Podge it really good so that the design doesn't come off, that it doesn't break, it stays more durable. And you want to make sure that you let the Mod Podge dry in between coatings, because if you don't, then it'll get sticky and tacky, and it won't dry as effectively, and it'll be kind of, you can save it though, but it'll be kind of goopy and sticky. Well, not goopy, but just sticky. This tacky feeling to it. So, alright. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to do the chest and the head. So that's what we got for, so far. Let me get you closer to it. So we go. That's what it looks like. Leave it up there a little bit longer. Looking good. So yeah, you could even put a peace sign in there or something different like that. So what I'm going to do next is this little guy, and then be done for this part of the tutorial for the day. This little guy here. What should I do with him? I might just do the same thing. I'm going to do that green and red pattern around the head and the chest. So put down the Mod Podge first. So plan out where you're going to put your rhinestones, approximately. I'm not using a ton of rhinestones because I only have a limited amount, and I love rhinestones, but rhinestones I only get so many of them, and so I can't like totally cover it with rhinestones. But I've done that before with some of my polymer clay charms. I made this one charm that's it's a skull, and it's like different colors on it painted, polymer clay skull. And what I did with it is I attached a jump ring onto it, so it could be used as a charm for a necklace, or it can be made into an earring if you want. But what I did was I put rhinestones all over it just about, and oh my god, it looks so cool. Really adds that extra to it. There was this guy that I have a friend on Facebook, and he suggested that, he's like, hey, I like your fabric beads, because I make fabric beads also. He said, have you ever thought of like putting something else on them to make them like pop, like for instance rhinestones, or crystal beads? So yeah, that's definitely something. The crystal beads aspect, that's something I want to look into trying, because I think that would be really something different and cool. So let's look at his head, this little guy's head. Pretty cool so far. So now we're going to hit up his chest area here with some rhinestones. Here we go. This one's a little more delicate because it's smaller. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll make this into a keychain. I might. It's just so small, it seems like it would be good for like a charm for a necklace, a bracelet, or an earring. So, let's get this here. Yeah, working on a smaller scale, it's a lot more challenging, but it's a fun challenge. Until your little guy falls into the rhinestones. He fell into the rhinestones. So here we go. Go here. Yeah. For me, art isn't something that I have to rush through. It's something I want to take my time doing, and it should be that way. I mean, when you sit down to create something, you're pretty much tuning out all the stresses of the day, and you're just taking time out to do something that's healthy and fun for you, something that makes you smile. And I have enough smiles in the world. So yeah, let's see. There we go. This last rhinestone on this guy. So yeah, this is how this looks so far. And so what I'm going to do is I'll come back tomorrow because I'm going to let these rhinestones dry thoroughly and let the arm on that pink guy dry all the way. And after that is done, then I'll do the other side with the rhinestones on it. Let that dry, and then we'll have to, and then we'll put the Mod Podge on either side, and then affix the wire and jump ring on there and the keychain, and it'll be done. See, what I do isn't really easy. I mean, it's not simple. It's not something that happens really fast. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate the time that you take to sit down and look at the idea of creating some art when you feel like you need to, when you need that extra boost, when you need that color therapy. I mean, let's look at these again. I'm trying to be careful with them because I don't want to drop them. But here we go. Is that one? Get them closer. So yeah, and then there's this one. This guy. And I'm going to take some photos of them too, and process photos, so that you can see them from start to finish. Yeah, be careful how you pick them up when they're wet though. And then there's this guy, psychedelic guy. Let him dry. And I won't pick up the other ones because they're a little more fragile. They fall a little bit, the little guy especially. So yeah, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time for the next part of this tutorial. So let me show you what it looks like with them down, sitting down here. See. Oh, sorry, camera. But here we go. This is what they look like up close. They're drying still, and then there's a pink guy and they're drying. Because his arm, there's a little guy, and then there's a psychedelic guy. The rhinestones on it. So yeah, I like to get elaborate with my art, and I like to make it pop, and the rhinestones do that. And with the symbols on it, it looks really, I think it looks really cool. So very spiritual, very mellow to look at, very much color therapy oriented. So yeah, let me lift this camera up. Sorry if I get a really weird angle, but here we go. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for the next part. Peace.